Hi, so welcome to the Map Explorer tool. I'm just going to give you a whistle stop tour of how to use the tool, and hopefully you have a lot of fun using it and lots of insights. So let's start. So click here where the arrow is. Um, you come up with a pretty intimidating map, but we'll go through it. So let me just orientate you to this tool. On the left-hand bar, you have the different options. At the top, you have the legend. Below it is the layers list. So what you have here is a data map with lots of different layers of data. And finally, you have the info tool. So if you click something, you'll get the information here. Yeah. So let's go to the layers list, right? And let's turn this all off because there's a lot of data on it. It's messing up the map. So let's turn it all off and slowly turn them on one by one so you understand how they work, right? So once you turn them all off, you see just the satellite image. That is the stadium, White Hart Lane Stadium. If you prefer not to have a satellite image, you can change it to the road map, and then you can see the different roads. Right, so that's Tottenham. The stadium was there, now it's gone. But I prefer the satellite image, and that's what we used when I was back in the military. So that's the satellite image of London and Tottenham. And what you can do is start now loading on layers that you care about for your own property search. So, for example, you can turn on train stations. That's White Hart Lane Station, Silver Street Station. You can see the lines linking them. So turn on the London Tube lines. And what I've done is try to keep the layers, the colors correspond to different lines. If you look at the legend, you can see what those lines correspond to. Yeah, not yeah, maybe I'll. But yeah, so White Hart Lane, that's the overground, I believe. Yeah, that's the overground, and that's the water body. From there, you can also turn on the railways. The railways will be underneath the train lines, of course. But you can see that, yeah, there's a railway there. You can also look at, so say you're interested to live near Tottenham Stadium, right? I wouldn't recommend living next to a football stadium, but you do you. And you had kids, so you turn on schools, and each of these symbols is a school, and the color shows the offset rating. So again, go to the legend if you don't know what the colors mean, but dark green is outstanding. If it's gray, or we just have no data on it, or offset has said there's not enough data on it. And it goes all the way to red, where red is special measures and serious weaknesses. So you can see here there's some, plenty of good schools, a few outstanding ones around the stadium. Um, and if you don't have kids, so keep the schools layer off. No, but everyone eats, right? So supermarkets are key. So turn the supermarkets layer on. You can see Sainsbury's local, Aldi. Uh, yeah, you can see all the different supermarkets around you, right? Um, Next, you can also turn on green space. That's become really important nowadays with COVID. Uh, and these are all the green spaces or parks from the Ordnance Survey database. So doesn't capture all these green stuff, so it's not 100%. But you'll see that the parks are here. You can click it, um, and you'll see the data for the park. And you can also see the label. But as you zoom out, the labels start dropping off. Otherwise, it gets even more messy. What else is there? You also have, this is important, right? House prices. So what you see here, and go back to the legend, is a heat map of house prices where dark red is above a million, and then blue is on the affordable spectrum, right? And you'll see pockets of affordability in different areas where you can click it and see this is the postcode. So use this postcode if you're and put in the right move if you're interested to look at properties around this area. um, and you can see, so this is an affordable area, and around it you've got parks, you've got the supermarket here, Iceland and Asda. you know so yeah, that's how you do the exploration. Another thing you can look at is, so the railways is key. So maybe one of the reasons why this is so affordable is you can see a railway going through it, so you'll be living quite close to a railway. um, and motorways for those of you who drive, and this is maybe more useful for if you're outside London or looking in a commuter town. But let's just go up, right? So that's the M25 that circles around London. And if you go to the right, you see the M11. There we go. So and you can also turn on the London boundary, right? So that's the motorway. If you want to stay close to a motorway and jump in your car, get to London quickly, you can start looking at places around here. The London boundary shows you the official boundary of London, right? So I've turned that on. Let's see, where is the boundary? Uh, oh, so it's below. So if we go back down, you can see the London boundary drawn here. So that's this thick black line here. And why this boundary is important for some people is because they might be looking right at the edge. So if you're looking at Chingford, for example, right, this part of Chingford is in London. Um, and so you get all the benefits of being in London, like help to buy being 40% loan, or if you're using a lifetime ISA bonus, you are capped to buying a property that's 450 grand if you're in London, and if it's outside London, it's 250 grand. So this boundary is important for that consideration, right? So if you bought in this part of Chingford, a new build, you get a 40% help to buy loan. You buy in this bit, and it's 20%. If you're using a lifetime ISA bonus for here, your limit is 250 grand. Here it's 450 grand. So the London boundary is important for some people, right? Um, what is there else there? See, I think that's about it. So don't be intimidated by all the data on the map. Turn off those layers that don't fit you. So if you're not a parent, don't turn on schools. If you don't drive and you don't really care about being close to a motorway, you can turn off motorways. Um, and it starts becoming a lot more uh, manageable, right? And this tool is about exploration. So click this. For example, if I found something that's oh, let me just turn off the London boundary there. But if I wanted to explore this bit of affordability here, I might click this bit, see the postcode in the center of the area, and then use this postcode and go on to say right move. Um, yeah, stick that postcode in and have a look at what's for sale there, right? So this postcode only will look at a 1/4 mile radius, find properties. Yeah, there you go. So 250 grand apartment, help to buy, etc., etc. So yeah, I hope we have a lot of fun with the tool. Thanks so much for watching, and yeah, if you have any feedback, please drop me a line. Thank you.